The Domestic Violence Coordinating Council is hosting the March to End the Silence on Domestic Violence tomorrow evening. And joining us this morning with more information is the organization's director, Kelly O'Rourke. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Sure.
So tell us all about the Domestic Violence Coordinating Council.
The Domestic Violence Coordinating Council is put together by the city and county commissions, and our job is first to make sure that we have a well-coordinated community response in Tallahassee, which we do. We meet monthly. All the agencies in town working with domestic violence do that. But secondly is community awareness and education. And so this is an annual event that we do just to bring awareness to domestic violence in our community. What we do is we have a march. We have marchers going from 3 different spots, from FAMU, from FSU, and also the Capitol, all marching at about 5:30 with whistles and banners and traffic to draw attention to the cause. And they meet at the Turnbull Center for a nice dinner, and 2 survivors speak each year. This year it's a little bit different. We have both survivors who were victims of abuse by their husbands, who were both ministers. So it's kind of an unusual situation.
And why is it unusual? You were saying that the silence there is a little bit different. The situation there's a little bit different.
Well, when it's the minister, I mean, a minister is somebody you normally would turn to for help, and somebody you always think you can trust, you know, a man of God, and then you see him preaching, you know, every Sunday about love and peace and such. So it's kind of like an unusual thing that this person would be a batterer. And it's really difficult for the victims too, because sometimes when they come out with the abuse, nobody wants to believe them. No, not this person. We see him every Sunday. He's wonderful. You know, so it's kind of a good lesson to remember that batterers come in all shapes and sizes, and sometimes it's even somebody you can trust, like a minister or a police officer or somebody else like that.
And it's not just these 2. You're saying that this seems to be something that is becoming more common than people probably think.
Well, the issue with some of the churches, we have a very, very good coalition of churches that work with us all the time that are very good about this, but there are some ministers who, for one thing, are kind of old-fashioned and have the idea that the man is the head of the household and therefore abuse should be tolerated, and they might tell their people in their congregation to, well, just go home and work it out, or you need marital counseling, or you took your vows, you know, go deal with it. And that's really not the safest advice that you could give. So one of the purposes of this, having these 2 victim speakers, we've invited a lot of different churches around town to be honored guests and have them speak to some of these ladies, and hopefully they can start to we can build a coalition together with them to work with the churches in any way that they need help, whether it's learning the resources in town that are available for domestic violence victims, how to speak them, how to possibly just notice some of the red flags that they weren't noticing before. So it's a big effort in the community, and it's going very well.
I attended the event last year, and it was a great turnout. Lots of people came out to show support for the survivors as well as show support for your efforts. So I'm sure you're going to have a big turnout again this year. It's taking place tomorrow. Again, the march starts at 5:30 p.m. from the set at FAMU, the Union Integration Statue at FSU, or the front steps of the Capitol. Then the march will head over to the FSU Turnbull Center at the corner of Pensacola and Copeland Streets. That's at 6 p.m. So if you can go to the march, it's at 5:30, or just make it out to the event at 6. It's all free, including a catered dinner. You can call 222-3845 or send an email to dvcctally@gmail.com. We're also going to put all this information up on our website, WTXL.tv. Kelly, thank you for joining us this morning.
You're welcome. And let me just say that, again, you don't have to march if you don't want to. Just come at 6 o'clock for the dinner and the speakers, and it is all free.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. And